Well, hello, it's Mr. Dale again, and we are now in Module 6, and the objective of this video is to talk about the grammar that we will need for Module 6. Let's take a quick look at the grammar that we will be using. We will be introducing present progressive tense. Here is an example of it. It is snowing right now. We will also talk about articles with singular and plural nouns. So we would say she is wearing a hat, but no article if the noun is plural. So we would say she is wearing boots. Well, let's jump into the present progressive tense. And we'll start by defining when we use it. The present progressive tense describes things that you are doing right now. Now, you may hear that present progressive tense is sometimes called present continuous tense, but those two tenses are one and the same. They are the same. So let's just look at a very quick example. What is he doing right now? Well, he is cleaning right now. That's how we use the present progressive tense. So to make the present progressive tense, we just use the subject and then we follow it with the to be verb conjugated for the subject. So it would be I am working. He, she, it is working. Remember, in present progressive tense, we need to add the ing to the end of the main verb. We are, you are, and they are working. So present progressive tense, we need to remember the to be verb and also to put ing on the root verb. Let's look at some examples. He is working at the office right now. But on the other hand, we would say he works, present tense, he works at the office every day. So right now is really the tense that we use when we're using the present progressive tense. So just remember, present progressive tense describes things that happen right now, and simple present tense describes things that happen like every day or routinely. Let's look at some examples of present progressive tense. This one says, he is carrying boxes right now. She is drinking coffee right now, and they are playing soccer right now. One spelling rule that is important is that when we have a verb that ends with E, we need to drop the E and add the ing. So she is dancing. Notice the E is dropped when we put the ing on. It's the same with a verb like come. We drop the E and we add ing. Now, present progressive tense in negative, we just need to make sure that we add not after the to be verb. So let's look at an example here. She is not cleaning the house. They are not talking. So that's the way to make present progressive tense in negative, by adding not. So, here's a table that will help us see it clearly. Remember, we need to use the to be verb and then not with the verb and ing when we make our sentences negative. So I am not working, he or she is not working, we are not working, you are not working, and they are not working. And this sounds kind of strange. we can actually do a lot of contractions with that. So we can say aren't if we want to make a contraction. Yes/no questions. If we're making a question that has a yes or no answer, we need to begin the yes/no question with the to be verb. So here's an example. Is she cleaning the house? Yes or no, she isn't. Are they talking? So when we ask a question that has a yes or no answer, we need to begin our question with the to be verb. So here's an example. Are you reading a grammar book? No, I am reading a science book. Notice how the to be verb comes first in the question, followed by the subject, and then the verb with ing. If we want to make a question that is a WH question, we need to begin our question with the question word. So let's look at an example. Why, and then we go into our to be verb. So why is she cleaning the house? Here's another example. Where are they talking? So we begin with our WH word, followed by the to be verb, and then the subject, and finally the verb with ing. Now we can do some contractions, especially in negative. So we can actually put the contraction with the subject, or we can put the contraction with the to be verb. And it's really your decision where you do the contraction, but they're both available for you, except for I. In I, you cannot use the contraction with the to be verb. You only have one option for I, and that would be I'm not working. But the others both work fine. You can say he's not working or he isn't working, and so on. Now, one thing that is not part of present progressive tense, but it is a part of Module 6, is using articles correctly with nouns. Now, articles are a or an, and we talked about an being used for a word that begins with a vowel. And we need to use a and an correctly with singular or plural nouns. We only put a or an before singular nouns, not plural nouns. So we do not put a or an before plural nouns. We don't do it. Let's look at the example. He is wearing a jacket. Jacket is singular, so we put a before it. However, let's look at the second example. He is wearing shoes. Here, shoes is plural, so we do not put a before our noun. That would be wrong. Let's look at this bad example here. It says, he is wearing a shoes. We cannot say a shoes because no article goes before plural nouns. So that is the grammar that we will be looking at in Module 6.